Okay guys, in today's Terraria video, I'm going to be doing a guide on Moonlord. As you know, I am on the Nintendo Switch, which is a fairly new game. It came out on the 27th of July, and I've already beaten the game multiple times. As you can see, I have most of the Moonlord drops, actually all of them. And I have gotten all of the items that you need, including the solar eruption, which is the only weapon you need, and armor. You need full solar, and the celestial shell helps with minor increase to all stats, and you turn into a werewolf at night and merfolk while in water. Sorry. The Ankh Shield, which gives immunity to most debuffs, knockback, and fire blocks. You don't really need solar, you don't really need wings because you're going to be stationary the entire fight. So I usually switch those out for like my worm scarf or my flesh knuckles. And you don't need boots, so you can switch those out for like a destroyer emblem for more damage, or you can get a more defense item. And since I'm going melee, I'm going to switch out my magic items for the Flesh Knuckles, Worm Scarf, and Destroyer Emblem. And I'm going to be trading out the wings for the Charm of Myths. Typically, you want warding on all of it, so you can have the most defense. But since I already have a warding Flesh Knuckles, which gives me 15 defense, plus the Worm Scarf, which is 17% reduction in damage, the warding Charm of Myths, and more damage, I just left it as that. And you only really need a few buffs. Oh, hello merchant, he fell. You need the regen, an iron skin, and any type of food. Usually, well, not any type, but preferably something that gives you the well-fed debuff for a decent amount of time. And you can add really anything you want to this, but this is really good. And for the arena, it is this. I made this personally because I wanted to make it look a little bit better with the doors and the hammered blocks, but really all you need is a 2x4 deep pit with 2 blocks of honey, and 4 blocks to the side is nothing, and then 10 blocks up, 12 blocks over, and then another 10 blocks down. You can light it up, add doors, platforms, anything. You can even add a second layer of wood or any block, because most of Moonlord's attacks can be evaded by hiding behind wooden platforms. Not platforms, blocks, like any solid block. And to spawn him, you need the Celestial Sigil. When you use that, it summons the Impending Doom, which is just fancy for Moonlord. And use all your buffs, but wait a few seconds for the Iron Skin and regen. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. But Moonlord takes exactly 1 minute to spawn after you defeat either all 4 pillars, which you get after you do Moonlord, or a Celestial Sigil, which you craft from 20 fragments from each of the 4 pillars after the Lunatic Cultist. And my weapon of choice is the Solar Eruption, preferably godly, because it does more damage, like 15% plus damage, 5% critical strike, plus 15% knockback, and does 175 damage with all the stuff. And right now I'm going to be switching over my accessories, because I'm not going to be moving. So, and I'm also not magic. So, See, I have a 104 defense from the Solar Flare armor, Warding Ankh Shield, Warding Charm of Myths, Angry Destroyer Emblem, which does 10% increased damage, 8% increased critical strike, plus 3 because it's angry. Angry Worm Scarf, reduced damage taken by 17%, plus 3% damage. Warding Flesh Knuckles, enemies are more likely to target you, 7 defense, plus 4, which is 11. So you get quite a bit of defense. And while you're waiting for him to spawn, it's a good idea to just go ahead and start doing this so you can get as much damage in on the top eye as you can, because when he spawns, all eyes are open, and the top eye has the most health out of all eyes. And when you finish off each eye, they pop out, and they are the true Eye of Cthulhu's. They are invincible too, so they're a real pain. And they try to attack you, making clones of themselves, doing miniature lasers like he does. As you can see, he spawns and they're open. And you can attack through the blocks, and as you can see, I'm not really taking that much damage. And after each eye is at least, you gotta try to get them as low as you can, but without killing them. Like, try to get them to the same area of a red bar, and then take them all out at one time. Like, try to get all the eyes out at the same time, so that you don't have to worry about taking as much damage from all 3 eyes at the same time, like, over a period of time. Like, the fight can just get over with. And after that, you break up the core, which is down there. And after that, you defeat Moonlord. And depending on your difficulty, either expert mode or normal mode, he does more damage, has more health, and has more defense, which isn't really good. So I prefer normal mode. So I'm doing I'm doing pretty good damage to him. And I'm not taking that much damage. As you can see, since I'm in the honey, I have regen, campfire. Oh, campfire is not on, which is not good. And I accidentally just let out one of the eyes, which is not good. And this fight's going good. Now you gotta do the core, which isn't too hard. You just gotta try to, like, stay alive. Make sure to heal. Like, it is very important that you heal and have... Oh, and on the Switch, all you have to do is press Y to auto heal if you're using redigits. And look at that, we beat it. Isn't that awesome? It's not that hard. And you get some pretty good drops. Like, look at that. I got the Meow Meow, which does 306 damage. The Portal Gun, which creates portals. And Luminite. In normal mode, you can get from 70 to 100 Luminite. And the Luminite is used for crafting the endgame armor, which is extremely good. You really need it. Like, but if you don't have it, then, like, the endgame armor, and this is, like, your first time trying to take it down, then you need the beetle armor with the scale mail. I'm pretty sure that's the one for defense. Don't get the one with damage, because that one's just not good. And craft that. You can get similar accessories. Actually, you can get all of these accessories before Moonlord, except for the wings. And then all the buffs, all the same arena and everything. And the Daybreak is a really good weapon. It can attack through walls, and it leaves the enemy with the Daybroken debuff, which does 25 damage per tick. And there's 6 ticks per second. So it's a really good weapon. Make sure to get all your good buffs. Don't use a summon, like the Stardust Dragon or the Stardust Cell. Don't use those, because it will mess up your damage. Like when you're trying to, say, attack an eye, but the dragon is already damaging it, Moonlord can only take damage from one entity at a time. So you don't want to have that. So that's it for the Moonlord guide and fight. Like, subscribe, and comment down below any other tips. Turn on the notifications, and have a good day.